Hey fam, we're back for part 2. I'm gonna kick off with some stuff with Kaba. Excuse me. As it doesn't automatically publish stuff, which is very silly. Okay, it's not showing my screen. I thought it was for a second, and I was very concerned. Don't worry about it. We're fine. So, let's just jump in to our normal shit with really quickly doing some things. So I don't think there'll be any map stuff today, but if you do want to check out the artists of the maps, you can type in !DND maps to get that, the Patreon links. !End of Latov will give y'all some information. If you want to give Ece some inspiration points, we can check out how many inspiration points he's at. I believe he might be at full. We will be taking a break when we switch over from Ece to Brooks, so that's when we'll be taking a break. Unsure when that'll be. We're just gonna feel it out and run it through. But yeah, as it says in the pinned message, I won't be looking at chat because I'm already a distracted boy. So, with that, we're just gonna jump into it. What I am gonna do though. Oh, camera, can you focus? There we go. Because I am actually going to chuck on a background light this time. Because I didn't need to before. Because, you know, it was daytime. It's still daytime now, but like, there's less day. Excuse me. Hey. How's it going, Ece?
Oh.
Let me do this properly. Orange? Sure. Hello, alright. I'm hoping this is right. Sick, it is. I am just going to move it around really quick because I have you up very high, and I don't need to. Give you some headroom. There we go. Do you remember adding this on there? Sure. I still don't think that Spotify's working, so whatever.
Not for me.
Yeah. How rude of it. Anyway, that's alright. Make sure we're all on the right thing. Sick and awesome. So, timeline stuff, for the beginning at least, is it is the next day, so the 13th of Crimson Rule, 999Z, when we start, and then over the next 5 days to a week, I think we're going to be playing out the last 2 days because of what happened in Kev's game. And what'll happen is we'll just kind of roleplay out the first couple of days. There'll be some stuff happening, but the tournament stuff itself, the monstrosities go in the morning, and then the people that fight the humanoids go later on. You do see that Rourke goes to sign up to fight, whichever one he's doing, you're not sure. But you do see that Light and Amora also leave to go and do some signing up as well. They do at least voice that they're going to fight some of the monstrosities because they don't really want to fight people. And they'll be going off and doing those fights in the morning, and then Rourke stuff will take place in the afternoon over the next few days. And that's kind of how it progresses.
So they're sort of fighting every day, or
yeah.
are they just doing like one fight? Okay.
So, sorry, it's like one fight, because then it gives spellcasters a chance to rest, recuperate for the next fight. So
Yeah, well, what I mean is like they're doing it every day. It's not like one fight spread over 3 days or something.
no, yeah. No, yeah, that makes so much sense. That's such a Kiwi thing to do.
I mean, I got what you mean. The rest of your audience probably has no idea.
Probably not. Okay. No, it is one fight a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rourke has 3 fights or 5 fights, or however long we get to, and same with Brooke and Light. Not Brooke and Light, Amora and Light.
Yes, that's right. Turn this down a little bit more. I'll turn you up in my headset. For some reason I have you turned down. How rude of me.
Should probably start. Just pull the microphone up to my mouth and start screaming into it.
Yeah, there we go.
Give you a good read, turn me down.
That's the way. So I believe Kaba was mostly doing his own thing over the course of the 12th of Crimson Roll, and
He has no interest in actually fighting in the arena just for the hell of fighting.
yeah, incredibly fair. Helping out.
He might go and watch. He might go and watch one of Light and Amora's fights at one point, just because he's never even considered light fighting.
Fair. Okay. Whatever you decide to choose that Kaba does go and watch, that's up to you to decide, and you can make those character decisions of, he saw this, so he can comment on that. I trust you to do whatever with that.
I'll work that one around. Whatever happens.
Yep. Sweet say. So, starting off, let me open your secrets. Doo-doo-doo. So, most of it was helping locals rebuild and stuff like that, helping out at the carpentry shop and doing that kind of thing. All of the people that are going about that stuff, doing any kind of woodworking, anything like that, they are all super appreciative. They obviously offer, like, you know, can we pay you for this? Like, do you do like a little bit of like, we can do like a silver or something like that, a couple of silver a day for your help.
He refuses all actual payment, instead try sort of diverting it, like, do you want to share lunch with me or something like that?
Yeah,
sort of to make them sort of feel like they can still reward him in some way, but he doesn't actually want the monetary gain out of it.
Fair enough. Alright. Yeah, they're more than happy to go about that and do that. You do pick up quite a lot of stuff about general building, things like that. You've done your own kind of carpentry and things like that, but this is on a much bigger scale. Excuse me, sorry, I ate before this. And
Actual structures rather than pieces.
Yeah. Every now and again they'll come in where it's like, okay, we need to go and work with the blacksmith for this. We'll pull in some stone workers and stuff like that, stone cutters from the mines. So you're, if you choose to, wander around with a couple of the people that are pretty much like project leaders. It's a lot of interaction with people with a multitude of skills that all come together for the community to help rebuild stuff, because it's the mansion. Place is fucking big.
A lot to do.
Absolutely. I guess more so my question would be, does Kaba ever go in that direction with that, like helping out with that stuff to build in the mansion itself?
Do you mean?
because
I don't really understand where you're going with that.
no, that's right. So some of Murstone was like broken, stuff like that, from the dragons, but the main place that was damaged was the mansion where the ball was held. So that's where a lot of people are going to do the rebuilding. So with Kaba helping out and going around building his skill set, does he ever end up going with that group to the mansion?
I think, like, the first day he's going to go in and basically focus on his carpentry, doing what he can to just provide what he already knows and get back in the swing of things. The days, and which means like bits for everywhere, I imagine, basically staying in one place, just providing. The days following, he probably would start to branch out, and for the probably the last half of the week or whatever it is, he'll probably end up more at the mansion, just because I imagine that's where most of everything is happening.
Absolutely.
And he can learn a lot more.
Yeah.
In that area.
Okay. So.
I think he's probably going to, where possible, avoid being in the courtyard for too long.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. A lot of the courtyard stuff specifically doesn't have much to do with the woodwork side of it anyway. Like, most of it will probably be standing from like a little ways away and being like, oh, okay, they're fixing the pavement. Bye. There's not too much to do in that area. It's mainly inside, having some of the dragons have crashed into the mansion, so that kind of thing. Now that a lot of the corpses of the dragons, gnomes, and everything else have been moved. So in the earlier days, I'm just reading as well.
Oh, I've got something else I'll point out after you finish reading.
Yep. Reading and yeah, sweet as. Doing your carving of Amora's druidic focus every now and again. Just kind of going along your day, really.
There's a whole list of spells he's got to start with, which he's making. The entire point of him having them in the first place is to help with his like carpentry stuff. So most of the time he's got an unseen servant out using catapult to like put nails in.
I love that.
The entire point of shield in the first place was to stop apprentices around him hitting themselves. Yes. And same thing with enhanceability, was just helping things out during the carpentry.
Oh, absolutely. I love that.
Make full use of those. Burning through all his low tier spell slots.
Absolutely, for sure. I love that. Every now and again you'll just kind of be like walking through and someone would be like hammering, and you've had your own like vast experiences with doing this. You're like, oh,
he's gonna hit his thumb.
yeah, just a mini little what's it called, thimble shield over the thumb. Yeah. You just catch a lot of that stuff, and I love that.
Or like another one will be like Kaba's bringing back like his next chunk of wood to work on, and there's this sort of chunk floating beside him as the unseen servant is also carrying a smaller.
Yes, I fucking adore that. Beautiful. The right use for spells.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I've been looking for. Whenever it's been checking spells, it's like the first 50% of my thought goes to how can this help him do work. Next 50%, can this help save people? That's less important.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. I think a lot of your mornings and early afternoons is spent going around and helping out. A lot of your kind of downtime where you can do your reading and your carving for Amora's thing is kind of in like the late afternoon, evening. So yeah, you're kind of just like flat out doing your own, not your own thing, but like following along and helping out. You get to know quite a few people. Sorry.
Trying to keep busy.
Absolutely. Yeah. aside from going about and doing those things, you do every now and again when you get to more of the mansion, working around the mansion, you see Annabella and Emerald. Annabella having been, the noble, and Emerald just kind of choosing to stay close by, it seems. So you do catch kind of sight of them every now and again. They're always together. Annabella is normally with her parents, or siblings, who are just kind of overseeing general things around the mansion, trying to go back to normal. And it's like you've been there for like a day or two, and Emerald does actually come over and approach. Hey, wouldn't think to see you over here, but I'm glad you found some stuff to keep you busy.
I mean, I'm a carpenter, and the others are off doing goodness knows what, so I thought I'd lend a hand.
Nice. I didn't even know you were a carpenter. That's kind of crazy.
That is bloody rude.
It is.
Yeah. I'm a total carpenter, nothing else. I mean, I was sidetracked into adventuring, but that's completely not an actual thing.
Huh, no fair.
Are you floating around a bit?
Yeah. Annabella and I are gonna be around for probably about another day. Then we're gonna go meet up with our other friend, whose name I definitely have down and remember.
Oshris.
Yes, Oshris.
Oshris, the Dragonborn, right?
Yeah.
Purple Dragonborn?
Yes, she's purple.
Oh, cool. I think I remember you saying she was off up north, following her own thing somewhere.
Yeah. Just trying to piece a couple of things together for herself. But yeah. Kind of a toss-up between not wanting to just, like, leave Annabella here by herself and, just kind of the middleman at the moment.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. I suppose she has to be around for a little bit at least. If the mansion's being rebuilt, she needs to claim a room rather than have someone do it for her, I imagine. Getting lumped in with your sisters is always a worry.
Yeah, no, she's, luckily, I don't think her room was damaged too badly. It's on the other side, so she doesn't have to worry about that.
That is brilliant.
Yeah. Her sister's definitely trying to claim that room and do a swap. She's not about it. But, I mean, on the plus side, downtime stuff means I can do some gardening.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you were a gardener. Actually, no, I did, kind of. There was a whole thing with Rourke, and they said there was this farmer, druid up north, which happened to be you at the time.
Yeah.
So, what's your favourite planting? Flower? What's your favourite thing to plant? Make a garden from.
There you go. I don't think he's a druid. I think he's a cleric, nature cleric. They're all different for some reason.
Yeah, it probably didn't stick with Kaba. I mean, they're basically the same thing in his head.
Absolutely. It was just Tyler's knowledge was like, no.
That's why he said farmer first. Like, it's just in his head. Emerald is nature something. Farmers work with nature. Emerald must be a farmer. Oh, hang on a minute, not quite right. Druid magic.
Close, but no cigar. Honestly, a lot of the time,
didn't know you could grow cigars.
I mean, you can make some good money off tobacco. Let's be real. Not my favorite plant, though. Trees, more so than flowers, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're putting a few around the place, in this place.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to go more that way and kind of motions towards the where the facility is, or the mountainside that blew up. A lot of stuff happened over that way, so just trying to help the earth regrow over that way as best I can.
Sort of like a patch it up.
Yeah.
Help it stick together, like plants on the dunes, sort of thing. Someone said something about erosion, that's all I remember from it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been more. She spent a lot of time at a beach.
Yeah.
So, are you like a plant a whole forest thing, or is this sort of an elaborate elven grove courtyard sort of planting?
Kind of just plant randomly, eh? Just, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, courtyard stuff, I'm just kind of, it looks in that direction. Staying away from.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't mean anything like that. I mean,
cool! I didn't want to assume.
No, I mean, like, are you planting all the... I get you planting stuff over there, but, like, are you planting them in, like... Are you putting the seeds in a specific location, so once they're all grown, they're going to, like, show Annabella's face or something?
Well, now I am. Okay.
I like this.
I like this too. Okay. I can do some shrubs. We can do... okay. And immediately he just goes off on, like, a plant tangent. And you know what? I think that would really piss her sister off. Her sister that's now the queen. I love it.
The sister gets the crown, Annabella gets her room and the mountainside.
Yes.
I think I know which one I prefer.
Right. It's just... It makes sense.
It does.
Damn. You're full of good ideas.
Oh, of course, someone has to be around here.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Although, Bill over there is pretty good as well, actually. I think he's the one doing a lot of the design work, so I have to give him some credit.
His name's Bill? Oh.
Kara will just wave his hand vaguely in the direction of people, not giving Emerald a sense of anyone in particular.
Okay. He's just kind of looking in that direction like... Okay. Look, I've talked to a lot of people over the past few days. I don't know who's who. Couldn't tell you.
That's fair. This is a big place. I can get behind that.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are the other two off doing?
Well, Rourke is definitely in the arena. He's raring to let out his frustrations, I imagine. I think Amora is too, but don't know for certain.
Makes sense. Yeah. 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 Oh. Let them all do their own thing.
Yeah, I think we just need sort of a calm down for a while.
Yeah, for sure. Are you guys gonna be heading out anytime soon in the next, couple of weeks?
I have not much of an idea, to be honest. I know we'll probably hang around here for maybe a week or two, but it could be longer. The stuff we're actually doing, that we were doing before this, can technically be done from anywhere. So,
oh, that's good.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. I forget where we were actually meeting. I think it might have been back in Canalan or somewhere, but I've got sending. I know your face.
I've got sending too. Yeah, you've got a great face to remember.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, Carpenter Turtle. That's all I gotta know, right?
Exactly. I mean, Tortles are rare enough. Carpenter Tortle, I bet I'm the best and only one.
I mean, best, undeniably. Only, possibly deniably? I don't know. I don't know many Tortles
If you
either.
if you find a better Tortle carpenter, I'd love to meet him.
I'll keep that in mind. It's probably the most I've travelled, like, ever. So, you see a lot
Keep
of
me
people.
updated with how the mountainside portrait ends up.
Will do. I'll, oh, I can't learn that spell. I'll figure something out and we'll do a flyover someday. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
years.
if you can always, like, get a picture or something taken and send it to Dolna. He's kind of like he seems to be a bit of a post box for any of our group. So
Good to know. Which one's he again?
he's the bright orange archmage, dragonborn archmage.
Oh,
You might have seen him teleporting in and out around the place. He's he dab handed that teleport spell.
oh, okay. Damn. I normally just kind of like walk into a tree and end up somewhere else.
Wouldn't ask him for a sandwich though. I mean, he's probably a good cook. He's just in the experimentation phase at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of variables in that. I'll keep that in mind. Also, hey, I'll keep you updated on the sandwiching around as we travel too.
Oh, great! I think Amora's got a book somewhere. She's keeping track of all this. So, more people, more coverage.
Absolutely. Cool.
I'll add your notes into her book whenever I can sneak it away from her.
Cool. Sweet.
Wonder if I can confuse her with all these extra notes turning up. No, probably not. My handwriting will give it away. Wonder if I can get Rourke to write it in.
What about your, he kind of points to the unseen servant. Could he help?
I haven't even tested if he can write. Buddy, we've got stuff to test tonight. pointing at an unseen servant. How does anyone supposed to see that? An unseen servant.
Oh, right! I forgot
Like,
that he's
I can
unseen. I thought it was just like a figure.
I assume he's carrying something at the moment, so Emerald can sort of locate the direction.
Yeah. You know, that makes so much sense, and I didn't even connect it. It's like, unseen. Can tell the brand's up to date here.
Yeah. Let's get in there.
Mm-hmm. We're buffering. God. Beautiful. Okay, but I'll let you get back to it. But, good chatting. I'll get you on.
Yeah, I'll be around for a while. Gives him a wave.
Yeah.
Goes.
This guy slithers away. And from there it's pretty much back to business casual. Having a look over some of your spells and things like that, you do come across in the beach book, I should say. Let me scroll up. You come across one of the decently higher tiered ones, called Bloodburst. And as you're going through to that one, you do kind of get that kind of flashing imagery of what happened. That, from the way that the spell is described, was what Nim did to Dewdrop.
Do you remember that Kaba didn't see it at all?
Okay.
Not until several turns after Dewdrop was just completely gone.
I did forget that. I think there still would have been a spell that would have gone off that was very specifically linked to Hemomancy, because she was casting a shit ton, being crazy.
But there would have been something to tell me that Nim was using blood magic.
Yeah, that you can connect while having a look through. and even going through some of the subjugation stuff, has Kaba tried to or had like a go at casting any of these?
He did have a go at casting a simple blood one, which was the spell he took, Blood Sense. In terms of subjugation and the other one, he probably would have had goes at just real simple, low-level ones. But I don't know which ones, because I was staying away from them because you said you were finishing them off.
Yeah, months ago.
But yeah, he would have had goes at real low-level ones that probably would have had little to no, or trying to make them have little to no visible effect for anyone else, just something that he was just testing it to play around with.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
I suppose, yeah, so he'd get a feel for the type of magic, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which I think is where you're going with that.
Yes, yeah. A lot of them are still very foreign, and with doing quite a bit of, roaming about, seeing some, various amounts of people who use magic, even looking into these spells and how they cast, what they do, you can connect that this type of magic has either just been completely forgotten about or was never actually studied.
I think he sort of would have realised that a while back, and sort of that's what's hooked him into keeping looking at the book.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And that's why he also is probably significantly less alarmed than Amora at Rourke's new light blood-stealing axe.
Yeah.
He's probably looking more at interest in that case. Like, the axe, it cleans up the environment. It doesn't leave a great bloodstain everywhere.
It's great.
Yeah.
Saves so much laundry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Say probably around the same day that you had that chat with Emerald, you've just gotten back from this is probably one of the longer days that you've done, when you get a little message ping go off in your head. Hey Mr. Bill, I learned a new spell. I wanted to test it out with you soon, to see how you've been. Nikki says hi too.
Fantastic. That's a great spell. Glad to hear you're both great. Hopefully your dad is too. I was kind of throwing on the back of that. Awesome to hear. I wanted something more sort of asking about what was going on with them, but I can't think of anything, so that'll do.
Oh, cheers. Dolo just kind of seems to burn through the next couple of spells. Just going back.
Kaba tends to have his high levels spell slots left at the end of the day. So once he works out that Dolo's done, he'll burn through all of his ones.
Yes.
To continuing the sending.
I love it. Beautiful. Everything's going good. It's way more boring here now, but it's okay. Dad's good. Nikki is enjoying primary. And I always forget there are so many, and it stops. And there's like a pause for a couple of seconds before, dang it, I did it again. 25 is so little. Anyway. Oh. Actually, I was done. Your turn.
Boring can be good. Though I hope you can go see a waterfall or something to spice things up at some point. You know the great thing about having a sending conversation with another caster who also knows sending? We can make this twice as long as any normal person.
I didn't think about that. That's way cooler. What did you say to go see, though? I didn't hear that part.
Maybe see a waterfall or go for a walk with your dad to see a new mountain or the ocean or something like that. Just something to spice the boring day.
I'm not sure if I did this wrong. Mr. Bill, are you okay? Do I need to get help?
I'm a turtle. I can talk about water. What's so wrong with that?
It actually does come through. Mr. Bill, it's coming through like static. I'll try again tomorrow. Sorry if I bothered you. Oh. Have a good day.
Have a good night. Hope this gets through. So have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night. Just like hammer it in using the rest of it.
Nice. Cool.
That's unexpected. Maybe I need to see an archmage. Maybe I need to see a competent archmage.
Yeah. I mean, competent archmage isn't Canellan. Donna is around?
No, competent archmage. Like, he is actually counting Donna as a competent archmage. He is specifically excluding Sesame using that.
Fair. Donna's just kind of wandering around doing his own kind of thing. A lot of the time you see him just with tables of sandwiches. Light is often wandering around with Amora, or they are kind of bouncing around going to different shrines. And River and Cliff have just kind of been in the room. Yeah.
He probably stop by to give River and Cliff a wave or take up a meal or something at various points. Probably wave at Light and Amora and that as he goes around, and end up taking the problem with the static to Dolna.
Yeah.
Once Dolna has finish setting up his latest stall of sandwiches.
Absolutely. At one point when you come through to talk to him, he has like a few different sandwiches and is talking to one of the chefs who's sitting across from him. And it's just the most bizarre conversation of, I don't understand why you're trying to do this. Like, what is the point here? Okay, but you don't envision it like I do. It's a sandwich of holding. Now, copyright pending. It is also not my idea. Can I say I'm a co-founder? No. This is an idea we're running with. And as a chef, your help would be great. He's like, I don't get paid for this. Neither do I. I'm gonna go back to the kitchen. Fine.
Great idea, Dolna.
I'm trying.
Looking around for extra help.
The recruitment process is difficult.
Are you beginning to suspect that like the sandwich flavors might have something to do with it just as much as the magic? Or is this just you want something nice to eat after the last failure? I mean, both, probably, I imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot of both, honestly. You know, switch up the flavor profiles, that kind of thing. There's only so much you can take of eating bag sandwiches.
Yeah. I guess hexing your taste buds is probably taking things a bit too far.
I haven't tried hex. I shouldn't do that.
I was just using that as a conversational term. I'm not recommending it. I think we should stick to traditional magics first.
Yeah. Although I wonder if you could... no, we're not going to go there. How's it going?
It was going fine, but now it's going brilliant now that I'm standing here in front of this marvellous array of things you've been testing.
Okay, I thought you were going to compliment me, which first, rude that you didn't, but also then I would have suspected you wanted something.
Exactly. I can't start with a compliment. The compliment has to come later. You see? I am actually here for something anyway. But
oh, I mean, if you want a sandwich.
from the greatest wizard chef about to be? Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say no, but take a seat.
Hey, I mean, this might be terrible or not, but it'll be bound to be different, right? Everything's worth trying. Yeah, I have tried some weird things in the past, so everything's worth trying. Mind clouds, not great for instant sandwiches.
Okay. Flips no mind sandwiches and writes it down.
No. Mind sandwiches are actually probably not mind sandwiches. That's getting a bit bloodthirsty. Although you might want to talk to any illithid, you know, they might like mind sandwiches. Mind clouds, I think, is something slightly different. But
okay. Writes it down as well. Okay, kind of slides a couple of plates of sandwiches towards you. So,
while he asks what Kaba's here for, I imagine, Kaba will start chowing into the first one. Or at least he's testing the first one.
Yeah. So, for sandwich-wise, because it's also funny, roll a d20. Get some dice rolling in here. Okay. It's not terrible. It's edible enough. You can't finish all of it. you could force yourself to finish all of it.
I think it's a good thing you put so much jam into this one. It overpowers whatever the other filling is, which is a great thing.
Okay. Yeah.
It tastes like you had a feeling this would be terrible, so you shoved more jam in.
Yes. I don't know.
But top-notch jam.
Okay, that's good at least. I tried to make the sandwich like fly, but I don't know. I think I might have accidentally.
Yeah, flies don't work as great meat. And although I apologise for saying terrible before, I can certainly imagine the amount of effort it would have taken to get all those flies in the first place. So I commend you on your effort.
Yeah. I mean, when I initially tried it, I turned it to stone, and then tried to put more jam in it, and then it turned back from being turned to stone, and the jam stayed. So there's literal layers to this.
Yeah, this is getting deep.
Anyway, what's up?
Oh, what is up? Oh yeah, I was sending with a friend the other night. Last night. And she just learnt the sending spell, so we had a pretty long conversation, but towards the end of it she said that there was some sort of static coming through on their side.
Oh.
I've never heard of static coming through a sending. I've heard of sort of sending not reaching its target or something like that. I've not heard of static before. I was wondering if you knew anything.
I mean, if static's coming through, then the spell is still going through in a sense. I mean, it's not like you just hop
in a sense, like smelling.
Like hearing, because you're listening to.
That's a sense, yeah. Technically, yeah.
That's also not where I was going with that, but okay. Good things take tests. So, and Donna stands up and walks to the other side of the room. A couple of seconds later, you hear Donna's voice in your head saying, "Hey, send a message back."
Yeah, sending a message, and yeah. That was a fine-looking table.
Are you making eye contact with Donna across the way as this happens?
He'll start with making eye contact, and then when he starts running out of whenever he hits the R section, he'll sort of look down to think, before flicking straight back up to Donna as soon as he's got what he's doing, and then sending what he's got.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. So Donna's just kind of like leaning against one of the walls and is like,
I can imagine the thoughts of anyone else that happens to be around, just seeing these two guys smiling and waving and looking at each other.
Yeah, you'd see a couple of the people who are like cleaning the bar, like, because Donna just stood up from your table, walked to a random wall, and now this is happening. So yeah, this is great. Donna does like another one. It started off okay. More towards the end, it staticated out. Just gonna give it another test, as he says, as he like walks outside the tavern and leaves. Goes like a little bit further away.
this time Kaba's going to start just with absolute nonsense. Memory appointment through light. Knock on the door before you come in. Say sandwich to enter.
Okay.
Rourke's hairy arm. And it's, with bread and goblin pickles could be a good suggestion.
I love it. Couple of seconds pass before Donna like opens the door slowly and just stands in the doorway like, what? I didn't get all of it. He sits down in front of you, but I don't think I needed or wanted to.
You are welcome for the test.
Okay, what kind of spells recently have you been casting? Like, have they been working okay?
Yeah, been doing a lot of sort of little around the house ones, Unseen Servant and Shield and Catapult and stuff. Like to help. I've been helping out with the carpentry stuff. Ran into a book a while back. Played around with a couple of smaller spells, but didn't really learn much of it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just having a look at your spell slate.
Mostly Unseen Servant and Shield have been pretty frequent. Do you think it's like spell overuse? Is that a thing?
That is definitely a thing. It doesn't do this. It just sucks. Don't recommend it. Okay, let's try more taxing spells. Like you said, you've been using these for relatively small things. What kind of a spell that you use, or can use, that is longer in duration?
Aside from sending, I assume.
Yeah.
Do you mean duration as in how long it lasts, or how long it takes to cast?
Probably lasting.
And Unseen Servant doesn't count for that, I imagine. I've been using that one frequently all the time. And he lasts like an hour or so, doesn't he? So, yeah, 1 hour.
That is a good point.
A lot of the other ones are... I think Detect Magic is 10 minutes. The rest of them are basically instant things.
Okay, so the Unseen Servant thing was an oversight on my part, because I thought it wasn't very long. In that case, a fair amount of time you do have to recast Unseen Servant, and probably during like the start of the week it had been okay, but in the last like day and a half it's been like, I know I can't see him, but he's not there. Those logs shouldn't be on the floor, kind of thing. Yeah.
So yeah, my little buddy's been taking his break early more and more frequently.
Exactly. Very that. Okay, that was my bad. Okay. In that case, I think it would be the more taxing spells that are longer in duration would be... I don't want to say faulty, but that's the only word that's coming to mind here. Do you have, like, something more visible, like disguise self?
Do have that one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course I've got that one. I needed to get into the castle somehow.
That's a good point. So Dolna will, just kind of sitting across from you, change his form. He'll turn into Rourke and just be sitting there as Rourke in front of you. Do that and we'll see how long the hour goes for.
Kaba will change into a miniature Rourke.
Nice.
Because he can't match the height.
Yeah. I love it. Cool. So the first, say like 10-15 minutes, fine. Goes gold. You and Dolna, as your matching Rourkes, sit across from each other, eat sandwiches, idly chat, get very weird fucking looks from the other members of the tavern, and it is until it's probably been like a little bit over 20 minutes now. What is it? What's the name of them? Barmaiden. There we go. Comes by to ask if you like need anything, and looks over to you with pure fucking horror on her face. She like steps back and starts walking away. Yeah.
Oh, I don't usually get that reaction. Dolna.
Okay.
What did she see that I'm not?
Donna kind of rummages around in a bag and pulls out a little like handheld mirror, puts it towards your face. You can see kind of like termites eating away at something. Is where Rourke's face begins, there's kind of like a literal like TV static kind of stitching, and you can see your face beneath it. And it's just slowly, like very slowly coming back to be your face. Look at your hand and it's doing the same thing from your fingertips down, from Rourke's skin tone to your green one, as it just seems to be slowly like eating away at the spell until probably like 4 or 5 minutes later the spell is dissipated.
Well, that's creepy.
Very. Never seen anything like that. Hasn't even been 30 minutes yet.
Nothing comes to the front of my head, unless it's something that happened with Nim. You know, her and that crazy lot could have done anything.
True. I mean, did anything...
Rourke just got magic, damn it. If this is like a side effect of going through Nim's portal realms and all the rest of it, he's only just had magic. And now it could be ruined for him. I feel so bad for that kid, if that's the case.
Yeah. I don't think it's related. I think it's something else. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, but it is literally like your magic dissipates over time. So, what's your connection with magic and the weave been like?
The what?
The weave, what we get, like, magic from.
Never heard of that before.
Okay.
I mean, memory doesn't go back all that far, but it's mostly just playing around with stuff, I think. But it's always like spells I already knew on like odd situations.
Okay.
The problem is that I don't remember how I know the spells I know aside from the book with my handwriting in it.
Okay. I mean, muscle memory and memory itself can be very different. Also with jogging, because Tyler doesn't remember, you might. Dolna knows that you didn't have all of your memories. Does Dolna know the spell that you guys did to get them back? Because I don't think he does.
I'm fairly sure that, like, we've never actually had the discussion in game, but I'm fairly sure that Kaba would have flippantly brought it up one of the times he talked about eating mind clouds.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Dolna has a link to be able to know it, I think.
Okay, sick, yeah. It didn't have to be, like, explicitly said, but as long as someone would have brought it up. Sick. Good to know. In the case of when you all got your memories back, because Light was the one that did that, yeah?
Yeah. It was the whole book thing, and I was intending to go back to her to have the same spell done again but now I don't think I need to follow through that one. But yeah, she's the only one I know that knew anything about doing that spell. I don't even know what it's called.
It is a very different kind of magic. But it is also a ritual, and rituals can vary in magic schools, sorry. I wonder if it's worth having a look.
Should we ask her about it?
Shut up. Reminder, Light does use they, them pronouns.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Also,
Should we ask them about it?
Yeah. I think that'll be a good idea. Because even if we can get Amora and Rorken on this, there's potential to relay, what they found in your mind, as well as trying to find some connection.
Amora did say she didn't find a lot.
I'll have to talk to Amora about it. Because if Light didn't go in, but they were the one casting the spell...
Yeah, I think she said she had to be on sort of the outside to stabilize it, while others went in to do the actual job.
Yes. That does make sense. A lot of ritual-based spells can be very finicky. And dangerous. Okay. I think that's something that we should definitely look into. And perhaps even with some extra magic on my part, enhancing it, there could be a possibility of maybe developing it further, or delving further, I guess. It's risky, but if your magic is being like this, how important is your magic to you?
I mean, it's become basically half of how I do all of my carpentry. I could do it by hand like everyone else, but I'm just so used to...
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, mage hand to pick something up all the time. You get used to it.
You really do.
Kaba's scratching the back of his head with a mage hand.
Yes, I love it.
Sounds, yeah. If you think you could help out Light in doing so, sounds like an idea, and I'm glad Light is there to help you out. I have great faith in you after the whole amulet thing, but I'm also glad that there'd be someone else there too.
Fair, but ow. I mean, Light's doing the tournament in the mornings. Maybe they'd have some time to do it in some of their evenings. So, I mean,
yeah, my evenings are mostly free, so
yeah. I don't want to jump into it immediately, but I also don't want to leave it if it's something that's either potentially going to get worse or be distressing for you.
Yeah. Imagine trying to cast a shield and having it eat itself away before it actually does the effect.
Yeah.
I think, I think I need this to be looked into.
Okay. Donna looks around for
imagine casting Featherfall and having it disappear under you half a second later. Feel good for half a second, then hit the ground.
If you have enough times that you can cast it, just maybe focus when you're nearer to the ground. Keep it minimal, but also not really a chance you want to take. Especially if you're
I don't really use the fly spell all that often. That one could be interesting.
Hold off on that one for a little while.
I am really curious as to how the life transference spell would work with this problem, but I also am not willing to test it.
We'll stay away from healing-based stuff. You've got a more
curiosity alone.
Yeah. You can see Donna just kind of staring at the ground for a second. Nah. Light gets back in a few hours. What? I don't want to find out.
Through things to test with the problem now.
Fair. Light does get back in a few hours, so can talk to them then, and maybe we can go from there. Maybe
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll talk it through and do it tomorrow night, maybe, just to not have any bad reoccurrences that constantly get brought up as to one person's mild malfunction. Anyway, yeah, we'll go from there. You can see Donna, the gears in Donna's head just slowly ticking away as he's going through some things.
Kaba's gears are also turning, but more of the chaos turn rather than solutions.
Yes. So I guess with this newfound interestingness with your magic, over the next day, is there anything that Kaba wants to test?
I mean, he'll still be using catapult and shield frequently, but they're basically instant use, and I imagine there wouldn't be much change with those. He'd probably pop up detect magic once or twice because it's got a duration, as a sort of a subtle test that no one else really has to notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the curiosity will get the better of him by about lunchtime, and he will try a Misty Step.
Okay. Cool. With the detect magic, because at least as I understand it, it's kind of like a filter over your eyes. So what that kind of looks like is, again, first 15 minutes or so, totally fine. That's magic. That's
10,
magic.
10 minute.
Yeah. Oh, up to 10 minutes. Okay.
If it's lasting 15 minutes, he's probably going to need to go see a doctor. Yeah.
For some reason, I think it lasts for an hour, but also concern. So I think at that point, that 10 minutes goes by fine. That's all good. Misty Step is okay. You get from one place to the other pretty well. All of that stuff that seems to be at least instantaneous is working totally fine. You have to recast Unseen Servant a couple of times, because it is that, like, getting a little bit over 15-minute period where you're both carrying logs and then the logs are on the ground now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not again.
Yeah. You need to talk to him. Give him a pay cut.
I don't give him a pay cut if I don't pay him anything. Maybe I should start paying him compliments. Then I could take them away.
Hey. The economy.
The economy of goodwill.
Oh, God. The next night, in Dolna's room, Light and, yeah, it would just be Light, and yourself come on in, and the two of them had a conversation about what kind of went on with the casting itself, all of that kind of thing, what it needed, picked up those things, and decided that with an enhancement by Dolna, there would be a way to keep you in a static place so that you wouldn't move to disrupt the spell and harm anybody, because that was a big factor that was concerning for yourself as well as the people who were going in, and also a way for you to kind of communicate throughout going in, with Donna doing some, not telekinesis, I forget what the word is.
Telecommunications?
I think it is that, yeah. There's a spell name that I can't think of, but it does that. I don't know. Mind talking.
It was like sending a message.
Yeah, sending but better over a long period of time.
Magic cell phones.
Absolutely. There we go. So, Light goes in, sets up the spell, and has also pretty much, again, given you the same rundown of this is probably what's going to be happening. Anything that happened last time, it may be fairly similar. What we'll do is we'll record as much as we can while in there, and can go from there. At least.
I will point out that Kaba actually has all of the ritual ingredients for this thing already on him, which he would have pulled out to allow them to help set the ritual up.
Absolutely. Sick.
Need to get rid of those so it could be used now.
Hell yeah, let's do it. As there aren't as
he's
many...
also,
Sorry.
if Light asks him about why he has all of these, he's not going to answer that. He's just going to sidestep it.
I'm not going to deny this. If I don't have to go out and buy them, perfect. light sets up the spell. Dolna kind of standing by, watching with interest as you are laying down in the middle of this kind of like circle. There's another outer circle that is drawn, incense and the gemstones placed about, and then Dolna and Light themselves take a seat against one of the beds so they have something to rest on, and tie the string to their wrists. Dolna snaps his fingers and the incense sticks light. Light closes their eyes, and finally Dolna casts sleep on you, Kaba. So you feel yourself lull into that dreariness.
Is this your way of shafting Kaba into a fight this time?
No.
I remember them being more monsters last time. Carry on.
Don't worry about that.
Mental arena.
Hey, arenas all around, baby. Nah, not quite. We're not gonna do that to you.
I only just remembered the monsters, which is why that popped up.
Don't worry about it. So I remember that Elijah's in here too, so I'll add him up here. So, what happens that you experience? Because you remember from the first time that you did this, you go in and you ended up in kind of like a blank spaced area. You didn't see any of your mirrors. This time is different. This time you are in a place that does have mirrors in it. You don't see Dolna or Light. And a lot of these mirrors are cracked and broken. The ground kind of crunches under your feet with the echoing steps of shoes on glass. And laying on the ground, probably like 35 feet from you, is a person. They are making snow angels out of glass shards. They notice you.
Painful.
Very. They notice you. Their eyes go wide and sit up. Their eyes are as wide as dinner plates at this point. They seem to be a dwarf. They have brown, like afroed hair that is tied up into a ponytail with like a bit that's like tufted out.
Harbour will immediately squint
Fair.
and start saying in Dwarvish, "Did you sell me a faulty brain?"
Faulty brain. Nah. You will notice that this dwarf person's hair is damp. And they are eerily familiar to you. This person stands up and like takes a couple of steps towards you. After like 3 steps, they morph into you and are now standing in front of you. Hey.
Okay, cool. I can do that too. He will attempt to, while inside his own head, he will attempt to cast Disguise Self on his image.
Let's go.
This one into the dwarf that was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You do so. The person looks at you and goes, "Oh." And then they morph into a long, ginger-haired woman with like bright green eyes. She has like a bow around. And it's not so much that it's like, oh, that person's... I know that person. It's... You remember what that person's like. There's no name that's coming to mind. But the figure of this is just... sincere, but blunt. Impatient, and overly enthusiastic. It just kind of jumps from a couple of emotional responses about this person in front of you. I don't see people in here. How are you here?
Some friends paid for my ticket. Apparently they should be wandering around somewhere too if you want to meet more people. Why are you here?
Oh. The. And this person turns into light. This one. This one?
That's one of them. Yeah.
I don't remember the other one.
Yeah, the sort of tall, orange, scaly. Probably tried to offer you a sandwich.
He turns
if
into...
you actually ran into him.
He turns into you, total, but orange.
Rude, kind of, but do you want a sandwich?
Do I have to eat? I don't know.
I think sandwiches are never really a have-to thing. They're more of a want-to thing, I suspect. Stop sidetracking me. What are you doing here?
I don't remember.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Can I have one of the sandwiches? It sounds good.
I'm sorry, I actually don't have any on me. I just felt that it was the right opportunity to offer one.
Yeah. The figure turns into Rourke, height and all, and just kind of kicks one of the pieces of glass looking glum. Damn. Okay. Are you looking for something?
Probably. I'm not exactly sure what it is I'm looking for, though. Why? Do you know anything about why everything here is broken? Or most things are broken? This wasn't you, was it?
No.
I don't believe you.
Turns into you again, but with like the tiniest little top hat. I think it was Bill. I blame Bill.
Yeah, okay. Bill would probably do something like that. But currently you're Bill. Great hat, though. You're Bill, though, so why did you do all this?
You can't prove it. Turns into a moron.
I mean, not a bad defense. Not sure. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't beat that one.
I don't know how you got here. How do you leave?
I haven't done that yet, so I don't know. I think, at least for me, it'll just happen at some point. But in contrast, how did you get here?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I think I actually asked you that question, didn't I? And I didn't remember. What do you do here?
try and keep away this like goopy stuff that like appears every now and again. It hurts.
Have you tasted it?
Not if it hurts. Have I? I might have.
Is it just random, or does it come from somewhere?
Walks over to one of the mirrors. And when he's in front of it, when they're in front of it, they turn into a male figure. Pretty similar height to Rourke. Again, a familiar, almost like paternal figure. They're definitely like a massive human dude, big like brown beard, looks really gruff. This stuff points to one of the mirrors that is still mostly, intact, and in between some of the cracks is like a dark blue liquid, kind of like slowly seeps through.
I was going to do the immediate dumb thing and poke at it.
Okay. You take 7 points of fire damage. Yeah, it hurts,
Ow.
Yeah.
I see why you don't want to taste that one.
Yeah, spicy. So I just kind of summons a little mage hand that very slowly starts to kind of like glitch in color and in like form, and it slowly kind of swipes away some of that and then flicks it over in the direction of like the darkness.
So what's over there? He points where into the darkness.
I can't see it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's been happening a lot though. Like a lot more. Not the darkness, that's always been there. But like see, it's already back. You can see it's run in the couple of seconds, come back and run a significant amount. So they do it again.
I see you've got your job cut out for you.
Mm.
Have you ever considered that wherever you're throwing this is actually it's sort of like a funnel? It's coming straight back through the mirror, and you're like wasting time.
Oh. What do? I don't have a bucket.
Kaba will cast light or try and use it to investigate the darkness where they were flicking slime to see if it's built up somewhere or it's like sitting around, or if there is anything out there.
Sure. You cast it, set it out in that direction. Sorry, is it dancing lights, or is it just like you cast light on something and you're walking?
He casts light on something and walk it, like, I don't know, his hand or something, and goes to walk out.
You start walking in that direction to the darkness. Doesn't seem to be anything around you. You walk for what feels like a couple of minutes, and then as you're walking away from the mirrors, you're now walking to the point where you can see a mirror in front of you. and you're on the other side of this person, so you pass the mirror.
And you can pretty quickly figure out it's the same mirrors.
Yep. How'd you get over there?
Well, you see, you walk one way, it has me coming in from this direction, so maybe your flicking things could be coming straight back through.
Man, I do gotta invest in a bucket. How am I gonna do that?
Maybe you can make like a nest out of a bunch of the glass shards and like start putting it into that. Better than nothing, but it's still not great. But at least you'd be able to keep track of it.
I like that. It's a good idea.
Of course it's a good idea, it's my idea.
Morphs into you. It's my idea. Starts trying to...
Rude. But...
It's not rude. It's a... Oh. Sorry. I was looking into one of the mirror fragments. I guess it is kind of rude, huh? Sorry.
I will give him a hand to shuffle some of the glass around.
Give me a perception check. Hell yeah.
I want to inspo that one, mostly because, like, I think that would be funny, but I think it will also solve nothing, so, and, like, stymie the story, so...
Fair. Much better.
Never mind.
Thanks, dice. You pick up pieces and you can see inside some of them there are... it's almost like picking up parts of a picture that are moving in the glass fragments. You're kind of putting some of them together, and like one of them you can see like, that's a Rock's eye. Oh, that's like Amora's ear, because it's a here, there, and there's a stick pointing out of it, so that's definitely her. So it's...
They're new memories that I've already forgotten. That's disturbing.
Is that what these are?
I mean, I think so. They could be something else, but as far as I'm aware, they're memories.
Oh.
Which is why it's a problem that there's, well, not really a problem, but it's concerning that there's so many broken. And it's even more concerning if you've been smashing them.
I have not been smashing them. I've been protecting them. Oh, very well.
I mean, that's yet to be seen whether it was well or not. It's just an assumption that it's been coming back through.
But... like, some of the people in there, like, it kind of scoops through. Like this one. And it's like someone's elbow. You don't know who the fuck this is. But they turn into a little, not so little, but a halfling girl. With like brown curly hair and bright eyes and a bright smile. You get the... like you can feel the energy, the sporadicness of this person. And a whole lot of like cheeky chaos from them as well. So, do you know this one?
Assuming I don't.
No, not a clue.
No.
but that's...
Do you?
No, because I only see them. I can't hear anything in here.
Do you see them frequently then?
I used to. That's why I know them. Well, I can know them.
I will find some of the Rourke and Amora ones, and he'll point out that I know these ones.
Yeah. It turns into Amora. Yeah, that's that one. And that's this one. Turns into Rourke. Yeah.
What are you? I mean, do you have a base form, or are you just stuck pretending to be things you've seen?
I don't know.
Valid. I understand how that'd be the case.
Yeah.
I apologize if this brings you massive mental distress, but
I haven't really thought about it.
probably safer that way, I imagine. You don't really want to dwell on something as big and heavy as not knowing, what you are or who you are, or if you ever have been something. Anyway, back to the task at hand.
Okay. Starts picking up pieces and actually putting them to its ear. Hello? No. I haven't tried to listen before. But I can't hear anything.
I mean, it's worth testing everything. Have you tried tasting before?
You just watch this figure of Rourke lick a mirror fragment and just... They're spicy too.
I mean, you know what the best, not the best thing, but you know what constitutes a proper test though is, does everything taste that way? Or at least does multiple things taste the same way? Or do they have different tastes?
Is this my life now?
What was your life to start with?
Not licking them.
Well, you've already started. You might as well do at least a second.
Still spicy.
Is it the same spicy or a different spicy?
It just hurts.
I think we'll chalk that up to same spicy for now.
Yeah. But wait. Puts those mirror fragments down and goes over to one of the ones that is cracked, but has kind of like... It almost looks like a layer of wax over it. Just kind of pokes at it a bit. Okay, I've licked 2 things and you haven't licked 1. It's your turn.
I've licked plenty of things in my time, which is why I was passing it off to you. Look at how old I am. I've spent my life licking things.
Turns into you. Look at how old I am. I've spent my life licking things.
I know full well you can become as young as you want. So, can't sell that issue with me, old man.
Okay, that's fair.
When the fella next turns around to look at something else, Kaba will lick a mirror piece.
Alright. It goes back to kind of like poking the wax thing. And you go over and lick one of the wax-like things on the mirror. And yeah, it feels like spicy pain. You take 4 damage.
Ow, spice.
Yeah. Need some milk.
What's this one? looking at the waxy covered mirror.
I don't know.
And why are you picking at it? If whatever that covering is stops the slimy stuff coming through, wouldn't you want to save yourself more work? If you pick it off and more slimy stuff comes through, you're just making your life harder. And probably my brain, I imagine.
Is that what this is?
No idea, but it's, I don't know, a reasonable guess.
Starts like poking your forehead and doing this at the same time. How does that work?
I mean, when it comes to magic, often people say just don't question it. But I don't know. It is an interesting question, though. I should talk to Donna about that one.
Oh. I mean, what if it tells us something? Poking at the wax stuff again. Don't you want to know?
I mean, I was just giving you warnings to start with.
But what if helping you helps
I don't
me?
really know anything about anything that is going on in here, so yeah. If something tells you that prodding that could help something, and you're also willing to put up with the consequences of more slime, yeah, it's prod.
Have you got like a thing to scrape it off with?
Oh, that sort of a thing. Yeah, probably. He will pull out of his pocket or backpack or whatever it is a whole shovel.
Yeah. I'll be careful.
He also pulls out... Kaba keeps holding on the shovel. He also pulls out a gold coin and hands the gold coin to the other person. You get that one, I get this one.
Oh, that one's different. Okay. It starts very slowly. You do see yourself underneath it. It takes a good while to kind of slowly push away some of the gunk. And from that you see yourself in a workshop. As you're watching over this, you can see a half-elf girl working away, sanding, and on the other side of the table is a human boy carving, which is like blowing away the shavings and stuff like that. You come over and have a look, fix a couple of things. Two of them nod, continue on. And again, you get that just from the way that these two are interacting with each other and the way that you interacted with them. The three of you have good rapport with each other. The boy seems to be very cocky. Every now and again he'll kind of lean over to the girl and be like, the girl will be standing away, every now and again just rolling her eyes, the two of them working together in tandem, you can kind of see what they're working on is seems to be like a frame piece for some kind of building that has very intricate carvings and things like that. Which place is it? Yeah. Has lots of waves going through it, and things like that. I don't know if you've been past a Demigoddess of the Waters shrine, but it is very reminiscent of that. That seems to be the kind of project they're working on together. But the two of them work away until eventually they seem to leave for the day. And you yourself just kind of go over the work, not fixing anything or doing anything with it, but looking over it approvingly. And then the memory kind of replays. You look back over at the person outside the mirror, and there in the figure of the half-elf girl standing there, just nodding.
Do you know, have you seen these kids before?
I haven't for a while. They're familiar. Wait, what way did you walk?
When?
So, and kind of like replays it where this is that mirror, and you went that way. You haven't gone that way. Okay. Gives you the coin back, and there's a long corridor. It seems like a corridor hallway that goes on for a very long distance. Oh, sorry. And a lot of the mirrors are the same. There are gaps in some of them where there are mirror fragments on the ground. You get to... You've probably been walking for like 20 minutes now, going in just one direction. And the glass starts to only be like little bits before there's no glass on the floor. There's just like the mirrors that are completely covered with at least like that much of this wax-like stuff. Like a decent chunk. And it looks like it goes further still.
This is different. Try and clean one off.
What was that, sorry?
Or at least I will try and look under one.
Okay.
Or behind the gunk on a mirror.
Okay. Need you to give me a D20 roll, please?
Dice. I'm not rolling great today.
Required to ask. Are you going to keep it?
Yes.
Okay. You do get a little bit off before you see it does crack a little bit.
Oh shit.
Stop. But from the little kind of like gap you've carved out that has a bit of a crack in it, there's movement behind there of a kind of like a family scene. You can see the person with you just kind of leans forward and squints. This one turns into a young-looking dwarf woman, the hair tied up. So this one? No.
Why are there so many dwarves here?
I don't know. Beats me.
Why do they beat you? I thought you said no one else was here.
Oh. Maybe that's why things are spicy. But, this one became this one. And the, dwarven woman starts to get older before her hair is now just in greys. You get like a very outspoken and vulgar, not in like a bad way, in like a funny way, kind of vibe just from this figure in front of you, and plaits in her hair that is now grey. She stands there. I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen a lot of them in a while.
You think they're hiding under these mirrors?
I think so. Maybe we should leave them if they're gonna break.
Good idea. Good idea. I agree with that one. Very much agree with that one.
Someone's here.
You mean an actual person?
Yeah. Starts running back in the direction that you came. Not like sprinting, but like a light jog. So you get to the end, pretty much where you started. You can see light and $2.
$2?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to. I remember now. What?
It's not remember if you've just met him. It's you now know, not you now remember. Unless you actually have seen him in a mirror before, then it would be a remember.
I don't remember.
As I suspected, but no less confusing.
So, this seems to be a new pal of yours?
Wouldn't call him pal, but he's probably about as helpful as Sesame at the moment.
Oh. Okay. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Light is overlooking at one of the mirrors. It's just not a part of this conversation. Managed to piece anything together here?
I mean, we didn't have any glue, so not really.
It's about on par.
There's some weird, slimy gunk stuff, but that doesn't really seem to stick things together.
Okay.
You're great at mirrors. You've done this before. Dolna.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's a slightly bigger job than before, but...
Looks at all the mirrors around him.
You've got experience.
I'll do like one. We'll go from there.
One.
Yeah. We'll start small, you know.
Yeah, I can understand that.
He goes over to
one to start, yeah.
Yeah. The one that Light's inspecting, the one that was kind of dripping before, that has started again. His Light is leaning up to it. Another Light's face like leans in forward. It's like, it's back. Swipes it off and flicks it away. I forgot. I wasn't meant to do that. Come back! Runs into the darkness. Appears on the other side. I forgot. Damn it. Okay. Peculiar. Have you done any kind of detecting magic in here, Kaba?
I did not. And immediately does so.
Okay. It is not like bright, blinding light in here. It's actually quite dull in here. But from each of the mirrors and to even all the ones that are down in the direction that you came from are the tiniest little string fragments that connect to the person.
I think whoever this is, their existence is parasiting my magic. The whole area is just really dull and there's a bunch of strings connecting to this person.
Yeah. That's... Shush, fine, shut up. Sorry.
This is the weirdest form of twins I've ever come across.
Yeah.
And that's including the twins.
Yeah. Damn. So... what happens if... I mean, the parts where there are gaps in the mirrors, there's no string. And Dolna goes over to the side where there's like a gap in the mirrors, has a look around against like all the fragments, starts to slowly mend one of the broken ones back together. Once it's about like halfway, you watch a strip piece of that thread materialize and link back to the person. Okay. Does a lot of this blue stuff come out of the mirrors? Yeah. Okay. It's been more often recently. Yeah. It's spicy, don't lick it. Not, I don't know from experience or nothing.
He knows from experience.
Yeah. Wait. It's blue? It's not quite like, let's say, rocks, but it is dark. Dolna comes up Spicy, like it burns, right? Yeah.
You're not thinking about sandwiches again, are you, Donna?
I wouldn't want to
I appreciate it's important, but there is a time.
I don't think I'd want to put this on a sandwich unless we wanted to end up like sesame.
Yeah. I think I've got a river running... You think I've got the river Styx running through my head?
Oh. I hope not, or we'd be, boiling alive in here.
Yeah, that's a pretty big distinction.
Yeah. And I think we'd also... The magic would be more prominent if the River Styx was here, because it would lead to one of the outer planes. It can't really just arrive from nowhere. Light, do you think you can restore any of this stuff? Maybe try it on the person or Kaba. I could give it a go. We'll try on a mirror first. Goes over to one of the pretty gunked up mirrors. Tries a lesser restoration first. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Pulls out some diamond dust. Puts it over the hand and very lightly puts it over the top of excuse me, the mirror. Casting greater restoration. And that does make the wax-like stuff go away without harming the mirror itself.
This is going to take a lot of diamond dust if that's the only way to do it safely.
It would. Did anything happen with the thread? So you look at it. The thread did get a bit brighter.
Yeah, it's glowing a bit more now.
Okay. Light pulls up like a little clock. We do about 20 more minutes. I don't have that much diamond dust on me, but I mean, this is at least a revelation to start. Is there anything you want to try, Kaba?
Nothing immediately comes to mind. I mean, you being the cleric, you've got more of an idea of sort of healing or cleansing, I should say, not maid work, cleansing more than I do. No, it's waxy stuff. Maybe heat would sort of melt it off. If we had maybe like a portable heat source we could stick under a mirror for a while. That would take a lot longer though.
It would.
Would be cheaper.
It would. Okay, and
Kaba will... A thought will trigger in Kaba's head. Without saying anything, he's going to press to digitate clean a bit of a mirror.
Okay. You do one on one of the mirrors, and it takes a little, like, layer of it off. Kind of like peeling back very thin layers of something, so...
I will turn around. Hey! Prestidigitate works. Very, very slowly.
Okay. I don't have that one. And, like, casts a little sacred flame in their hand and goes to one of the same mirror that you're at. Just kind of holds it a little bit close. Just doesn't seem to be doing anything. They stand there for like a fair few minutes. It's just like, it's not even like tacky.
It would help, but got no flame magic. People keep talking about wizards and fire magic, but I never saw the point in it until now. That would have been helpful to help out.
It's not really all it's cracked up to be. It is fun though. Depending.
It's a hot idea, and that's about it.
Yeah, depending on the circumstances. I mean, could bring in a whole bunch of wizards. Just do a lot of prestidigitation for a day. Nope, for an hour. Every time.
Does the ritual cost go up the more people you take in?
Yes.
Yeah, donor, I'm not sure that I've got the wallet for that. To be honest, my wallet has been getting really big, but I don't think it's quite that big. Look at how many mirrors there are.
There's only, like, this part, right?
No, it goes on.
Oh. That makes sense. This would be all of Kaba's life.
I'm not sure getting my memories of my life back is worth however many lives it would take to clean it all.
Okay. What has this got to do with your magic? I can understand this person being... Okay, so you stay in here and clean the stuff off the mirrors, yeah? Yep. What else? I make shapes on the floor sometimes. I see how fast I
You
can
look
run.
like a painful glass angel.
Yeah. I run from like that side to the other side to see if I can tag myself and see how fast I can go. That's it. Okay. Give me your hands for a second, if you don't mind. Sure. Turns into Dolna. Now they're your hands. Sure. Grabs this person's hands and starts to draw like little shapes on their palms, casting a spell that you can recognize as identifying. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Grabs their hands again and tries to do detect magic. Okay. Let's discuss it. Don't know, why do you not have detect magic on your sheet, you fool? I was looking at it from your sheet the first time.
Yeah. Dolna, if you're missing one of the most basic spells available, I'm here to help you out. We all know that you can't think of everything all the time.
I love it. 30 feet. Bear's magic, School of Magic. Okay. One thing I'm doing a check is... Do. Clerk. Here's a spell I'm thinking of. I want to see if it's a ritual. Light cast protection from poison. Nope.
Should do that and then taste the slime. See if the spice was caused by poison.
Hey, that's the way.
Actually, that's an idea to put towards Donna and testing new sandwich stuff. Does resistance casting help beforehand?
Hey. Is it a ritual? No. Okay. It's not something I have at my disposal. So I would probably have to come back with a different lot of spells in mind. Perhaps.
Wait, did Donna cast detect magic?
Yeah.
What, did he say anything about it? Because you didn't get around to any results from it.
Yeah, it was pretty much just the same. Because I read the spell and was like, oh, it just shows you, like, School of Magic. And it's not really applicable here.
Yeah. Back to light then.
Yeah. Amora and I could have a look at our spells together, and we could come back in with a different set of eyes to try and see. It's based on this appearance. The person turns into light. Haha. Okay. I have a hunch, but doesn't make a lot of sense if so. If there's nothing else you would like to have a look at in here, then I might suggest that we depart.
Probably a good idea. I can't think of much more.
Okay.
Do you want me to prepare to get more ritual ingredients while you prepare more in spells and thoughts?
Amora and I do have the tournament for the next couple of days still, and 8 hours after that would be... well, I'll talk to her and we can sort something out. But
Okay, cool.
We'll let you know.
Also, what time are you fighting tomorrow? I've been meaning to come and have a watch. Also a bed.
Quarter past 10, I think they said. Yeah.
I think I can take a break about that time.
Okay. So, do you guys just go now? Ain't you gonna come back?
Sounds like it. They are the other transport, so they know more about the coming and going than I do.
I don't think it's a good idea to try and take you out with us, just in case the mirrors might shatter, and you've worked so hard to keep them all in one piece for this long. We want to make sure that if we are going to do anything, that we do it correctly and safely. That makes sense.
Also, coming back means I can bring sandwiches next time.
Can you bring a bucket? 2.
Yep, okay.
Thanks. It was nice to meet you. See ya.
Bye.
You guys start to kind of like walk in one of the directions, and light kind of brings the three of you together and grabs hold of the string, tugs their one twice. Dolna does the same with his. They disappear, leaving you there for a couple of seconds, and maybe like 30 seconds go by before you wake up. You're staring up at the roof. Well, that was interesting. It seems fey in nature, and I think, given what I've heard about what happened with Sesame, and what you said about the river Styx, it might be a conclusion, but I just don't know how. Don't imagine you've gone swimming in the river Styx.
I don't think so, but honestly I wouldn't remember if that was the case.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's not the memory loss thing is a total thing, but like,
That would just be racist, but yeah.
That's not what I was going for. I meant like you could dive into the river Styx and have it not hurt because you're a turtle and that's awesome.
I mean, I think turtles tend to be good at swimming and water breathing, but I think that's a water thing.
Yeah.
Not exactly what I'd call the contents of the river Styx. I hope it's not what I'd call the contents of the river Styx. I'm not exactly sure what I would call it.
Acidic, fiery tar is what I'd call it. Very deceiving with the river part, yeah.
I mean, they do call glaciers ice rivers, which is also technically correct and also just as deceiving. So I think we'll just call language pretty shitty and leave it at that.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I suppose you wouldn't really remember. Have you ever had any kind of calling with something that asked you to make a deal with it?
Amora, back in the arena the other day, there was a deal over whether Elios or Rourke would win first.
Oh yeah, I
would have called that a bet, though. Does kind of a deal.
I wouldn't exactly call Amora a fey creature.
How long have you been around her? Her mood swings are pretty violent.
I'll keep note of it. But nothing exchanging, say, magical power for the handshake deal kind of thing.
Not that I'm aware of. Like you say, it's pretty tough to draw any actual conclusion out of that, but not that I remember.
Okay. Perhaps something to look
unless there was something weird with Nim. She's the only truly oddity that I can remember having any major interaction with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll have to do some thinking on it for sure.
If it helps, I've never been able to hear Grandma. I would have called that an oddity. Or it's just Rourke being odd.
I will not comment on that. I'll have a look at some of the libraries around town and perhaps even try and get into the archival site. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Give that a go. I'll see what I can do magic-wise. It'll probably be quite undetermined, though, so it's worth a shot, at least.
We appreciate the efforts.
We would like to make sure that you're alright. If this is affecting you, then we take it seriously.
Cool. Thanks.
There's a lot of talk of sandwiches.
It has arisen pretty prevalently in the last couple of weeks.
Don just shrugs. Cool. With that, finishing out the day, is there anything else that Kaba would like to do or look into over the next probably like 2 more days that you have without going into party stuff?
I can immediately think of who will attend the arena at some point and bet on a light and a Mora winning, but he'll only stay for that one fight before getting back to helping out around town.
Cool. Sweet as. With that...
Oh, the other thing is, at some evening, he'll catch Rourke and use mage hands to do stupid things like rock, paper, scissors and thumb wars and stuff like that.
Fuck yes, I love that. Hell yeah. Cool.
And I thought of another one. Rourke and Kaba sort of using mage hands to tap at behind, the whole tap someone's shoulder behind them to sort of get them to turn around. It's a tag team between Kaba and Rourke on a Mora one night.
I love it. I wonder how long it would take before she just leaves. We'll have to find out.
With her high perception, I'm fairly sure she would notice fairly quickly. It's how long her frustration would last, I suspect.
Yeah, good point. I love it. Good shit. With that, I think we'll wrap up your one-on-one session. Good shit.
Lift on to Amora. Look forward to see what happens there.
I think we might have to do Amora's tomorrow or another day, because I completely forgot. Brooke starts work really fucking early in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I'll have to say, I'll have a chat with her and suss something, but... Hell yeah. Thank you, Ece. This was
I
good
look forward
fun.
to seeing the other 2 sessions.
Yeah. I did publish Kev's one, so that is on the Twitch, but I'll actually put that onto YouTube at some point. I still got the other ones to put up there.
I mean, that's the only one I care about, because I'm actually happy to watch that one and want to.
Incredibly fair. Okay. Would you have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for your time.
And to you.
Yeah. Have a good. Bye. Okay. So, that was good and fun. we got some interesting knowledge about our lovely turtle friend Kaba. What's gonna happen from here? Oh my god. So what I might do is I might actually end it out here so that we can do one full session with Brooke. We'll suss out what day we can do. It might even be a different day. We'll sort something. I'll chat to her. Because yeah, considering how long the tournament took for Kev, it was like 4 hours. I don't really want to keep Brooke up for 4 hours when she has to get up for work at like 5 a.m. Oh no, 4 a.m. Yeah. Not gonna do that to her. So, in that case, we will come back and finish out the last part of session 46, and we'll come back whenever we do that. Keep an eye out on the Discords and stuff like that. We can go from there. But otherwise, thanks y'all. Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, I gotta make sure that peeps sleep. It's no biggie. Not having to do it all in one entire day. It's all good. But that is me. I, myself, am gonna go rest now. Hopefully I have a voice box tomorrow. We'll find out. Anyway, thanks y'all for hanging out. Hope you had a fun time. I certainly did. It's been heaps of fun doing these one-on-one sessions with the players. It's been a good old time. Yeah, like I said, keep an eye out. Catch you when I catch you. See ya.